Hello all you beautiful people, my name is Kelby Barker. I'm here to talk to you today about tones in Mandarin Chinese. Now, there are a lot of people out there who like to really hate on this language. They're like, oh my god, Mandarin Chinese is so hard to learn. It's got like 40,000 plus characters. You gotta learn another alphabet before you can even read them. And the tones, man, like English isn't tones. You have no hopes of ever learning this language. You should just sit back and drink beer or something. And like, yeah, I mean, this is just stuff that you need to get used to. So what I want to do is just kind of shed a little light on the fact that you already use these tones every single day. There are 4 tones in Mandarin Chinese. And that's right, you already use these. Nothing to worry about. And if you want to drink beer while you study Chinese, you can do them together, which is pretty cool. So let's get started right away. Now, some basic info. A register is where we talk. So in English, we use the bottom of our register. I mean, listen to my voice. Maybe you think it's deep, maybe you don't. We use the bottom of our register. Chinese people use the entirety of their register. Now let me give you a little bit more of an example about this. I'm talking really low, I'm talking really high. If I get excited, I get all the way up here and I'm talking at the top of my register. And if I'm just kind of relaxed, I'm talking here at the bottom of my register. So, Chinese people use all of their register to talk. So, they usually start more in the middle. If you listen to Chinese people speak English, they usually speak a little bit higher than us Westerners, which is kind of an interesting thing. So, your first tone, this bad boy is flat all the way across. It sounds a little bit like you're singing. Think of the stereotypical guy in the coat with tails, he's got his hair all greased back, he's in the concert hall and he's standing there, he's like, la 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 la. It's just like that. La, la, la. I mean, you can sound tone deaf if you want to. La, la, ma, ta. All of these are just straight across. We do this. This is probably the one that we do the least in natural conversation. But yeah, this is how you do it. It's just like singing, just straight across. La. And you may say, I don't know how to sing, so I can't do this. But you can. It's really not that hard. If you can't sing like a pro, just make a caricature. The second tone number 2. This bad boy rises. This bad boy is our rising tone. And if you've ever asked a question, you can do this. I'm assuming you have, maybe. So let's say you're having a conversation with your friend, and we just throw these things into normal conversation. They're talking along and they're just jabbering along, and you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, ma, ta, sa, just like that. Just like asking a question. The first tone is just like singing, la. Second tone is just like asking a question, la. Third tone, this bad boy dips. When I first started studying this, and when all my classmates started studying it, we were making just these awful, horrible noises, ma, ma, ma. It was terrible, it was horrible, and it sounded awful. An important thing to note about this, to make your third tone sound like a pro from the get-go, is that you start at the bottom and it kind of fades out. It kind of fades out and then you go a little bit higher. It's at the lower part of your register. So ma, ma, ma. You see, for a second it just kind of ma, ma. It just kind of hangs up a little bit there. It's the kind of thing we're getting used to. And you're probably sitting there thinking, when have I ever used this in regular conversation? Well, let's think about times when you're really indignant. Let's say you're arguing with your parents, boyfriend, girl, your husband, wife, I don't know, your significant other, your friends. They're going on and on and on, and they're like blah 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 blah. And you ate the last cookie yesterday, and you just look them straight in the eyes, and you're like, and well, okay, ma, ta, sa, just like that. Our fourth tone, this bad boy falls. Bad boy starts up above in our register, up above that straight tone. So we got la. This guy starts a little bit higher, and he goes all the way down. Now, when I first started studying, I think when we all first start studying Mandarin Chinese, we're We're like, I can do this fourth tone, and I'm gonna do the crap out of it. And so we're just like ta ma, you're just shouting our freaking lungs out, trying to do this thing. Now this one, we can do it in a gentle way. We don't have to try and kill people with our fourth tones. Think of this as the moment of realization. There's an interesting topic going on, and you're like, oh, ma, ta, sa. Alright, so, sum it up. First tone is the flat, straight across tone, which sounds like a little bit like singing. La. The second tone is the rising tone. Sounds a little bit like a question. La. The third tone is the indignant tone. It dips down, kind of vanishes for just a fraction of a second, and then it comes back. Ma, like that. The fourth tone drops. Ma. It's the realization tone. Ma, just like that. Fifth tone, for free. Free of charge, completely until it's a gift to you. A lot of people who study Chinese are like, well, it's got 4 tones. Well, actually, it's got 5. The fifth tone, if any of you ever hear anybody say that, it's just the tone you don't inflect. It's just ma, sa, ta. It's just you don't add anything special to it. So that's pretty cool. So that is what I hoped to be a relatively brief little introduction to the fact that you already know how to use these tones, and for that reason, you can already speak Chinese like a badass from the get-go. Just practice up. Keep chugging along, and if you have any questions, please let me know. If you're interested at all in seeing a little bit more of my content, you can go to radicalreaderchinese.com. I hope to see you around the site. Thanks for watching.